What's happening? Hey, personal branding. What the heck is personal branding? Like, you hear this word a lot. It seems like it kind of floats around, and a lot of people don't even know what it is. They don't even know what it means. They don't even understand it. And, I think the crazy part of the whole thing is that it hasn't been around that long, and it's really super simple. It sounds much more complicated than it needs to be. And I think people might make it much more complicated than it needs to be. So I'm just going to lay it down like in a very simple way. Self-packaging is one thing. That's another term you could use. So personal branding is self-packaging. Packaging you yourself as a human being for other people to consume in their minds. That might even sound confusing, okay? But there was a book written a while ago, and I love the definition they give in this book. It was called Be Your Own Brand. The definition they gave is your brand is a perception or emotion maintained by somebody other than you that describes the total experience of having a relationship with you. All right, so a perception or emotion that somebody gets by experiencing you. And you know this about anybody. Anybody you meet in life gives you feelings, whether you want the feelings or not, whether you like the feelings or not. People give you feelings, right? And this is huge. This is so important. This is why we do what we do as human beings. This is why we are attracted to certain people and repulsed by certain people. This is why we buy things from certain businesses. And this is why we dislike other businesses. This is really the heart and soul of like us as people, humans communicating with one another, but also for sales and marketing and the whole advertising world, it is all about that as well. I'm a huge believer in the fact that if you're watching this right now, okay, maybe you are just a person who works somewhere who has a 9-to-5 job. Maybe you're somebody who's in school. Maybe you're in college. Maybe you're in high school. Maybe you're unemployed right now. Maybe you have your own business, right? No matter what, you are constantly building your personal brand with everybody that you communicate with. Everybody you interact with, all of the conversations and impressions that you leave on people. You're creating a personal brand for them, yourself, right? They are building a personal brand of you through their vision of who you are. The cool thing is, especially now, personal branding has become such a big topic and so widely talked about, because with social media, you can really build your brand in a much more effective and real fashion and much faster. So say a salesperson, right? A salesperson works at a car lot. They're selling cars. They might talk to 20 or 30 different people a day trying to sell them a car. I don't know how many people come through a car lot on a daily basis. Or somebody at like a Verizon store selling cell phones, right? They're talking to lots of people. They're constantly personal branding. You're building, people half the time are going to buy something because they like you, because they trust you, because you've built a relationship with them, let alone if they want the product or not. Some people come looking for a product and meet a terrible salesperson and don't buy anything. I've heard that story many times. I'm sure you have as well. Some people don't even want something, but somebody approaches them like at a mall kiosk, and they're just a natural-born killer salesman, and they win you over with their personality, and you buy something from them. I've fallen into that trap many of times, and now that I'm in marketing and sales myself, I think I can spot it a little bit better. But still, people can pull you in with their personality and how well your personality matches theirs. So when it comes to personal branding, when it comes to the internet, building this world where people can know you, understand you, get a sense of who you are, get a sense of what you're all about, get a sense of how you're going to help them, why they should trust you. It's really, really important. It's the key structure to how you are going to proceed online. Now, if you're watching this, you either have a personal brand, like you have like a YouTube channel or something on social media that you're trying to build or are building, or you have a business and you're trying to capitalize by building your own personal brand, or maybe you're trying to get a job and you want to create a resume that's not just on paper. You want to create a resume that is a body of work that you can show people online. Hopefully that's one of the reasons you're watching this. Otherwise, I don't know why else you would be watching it. But the point I want to make, take it back to this very, very basic fact that you need to add value and you need to serve other people, okay? How are you going to add value to their lives? How are you going to serve them? And this is extremely important because if you're not able to add value and you're not able to serve them and help them, then what are they doing with you? And that value might be in giving them great advice or making them laugh or touching their heart, making them feel something emotionally. It could be triggering them and telling them news that maybe they don't want to know, but now they know because you blew their mind or something like that. I don't know. It could go in many different directions, but I always go back to the framework of you have to make sure that you are authentic, okay? Because in the world we live in right now, when you're talking about social media, you're talking about the internet, it can be really hard to trust somebody. It can be really hard to build a relationship with somebody online because that person could be lying through their teeth. But the more content they put out, the more you can engage with them online, the more they are consistent in what they say, the more they are consistent in what they do and how they act. That builds a brand for you that you can trust that person. But you also have to understand that if you are being one person on the internet, or one, like as a salesperson, you're being one kind of person. But then they see a little kink in the armor. They see at some point in time, everything lines up with this person except for that one thing they just said, and now I question everything about them. I'm sure you've had that situation with somebody in the past where they were on point. They were exactly, you were like, yes, I love this person. I love what they do. I love the value they give me in my life. They make me feel good. And then they do that one little thing and you're like, something's off about this. I bought into everything else, but now I'm questioning. Make sure your personal brand is honesty, is truth, is trust, is value, and is service. Because at the end of the day, all we're trying to do is serve people and help people. That's how we get ahead. That's how other people get ahead along with us. It's all about the win-win in life. Can you win and can somebody else win? And how many wins can you create with whatever it is that you're doing? The personal brand should be something that you are creating massive amounts of wins for yourself and for others and moving civilization forward as a whole. At least that's my personal opinion. So that's where my personal brand comes from. If you want to study more of my personal brand, check my Facebook, check my YouTube, check my Instagram, my Twitter, wherever you want to go. But thank you for watching this. I really appreciate you, and I'm very, very happy for you for being on this journey. All right, I'll talk to you next time. See ya.